Hi there, a very warm welcome to you on our channel. Here we share perspectives from wonderful humans who happen to be technologists, executives, founders, scientists, health experts, spiritual leaders, and more. We talk about career, health, mind, transitions, fulfillment. I've had many transitions myself. I'm Nitin Dua. A lot of people happen to put out labels. I've been an engineer from Stanford Engineering. I've also been a medical researcher at Stanford Medical School, then transitioned to becoming a product person at a startup, to then becoming a management consultant at large Fortune 500s like PwC, to then transitioning to becoming a business leader at companies like Twin Health, Innovacor, scaling it up to 100 million, to then transitioning to becoming a founder at Hilfi Tech, and now coaching executives and senior professionals making their own transitions to meaningful work and health. I've also had various setbacks, comebacks, and transitions in this journey, both on career front as well as on health front, physically, emotionally, and more. And here is an endeavor to bring that truth to you, my lived experience to you, and lived experience and journeys of wonderful people that I described earlier. We serve a mission of do, serve, love. Do being resting in action. Serve is the act of service. Serving you with love and serving love itself. I've been a huge beneficiary, starting from my parents themselves, for the support of my father and my mother, and it's been a great learning. This mission couldn't have started without my mother, who we lost in 2024. And it gave me a huge inspiration to give a tribute to her to get this started. And we talked a lot about health at that time. We've been constantly seeking feedback, really appreciate the feedback that's been coming from our audience. And it has evolved to grow into talking about not just health, but today about career transitions and encompassing the foundation of health. I've been a huge beneficiary of professionals, mentors, coaches in my own life, ranging from people like Bernard Vidro, Tony Robbins, Ankur Warikoo, Manoj Shah, and many more. And I really understood the value of coaching once I got to it. And since then, spent a lot of time becoming a good coach myself to empower more people in this journey. You can find more about us on Instagram with the same handle. You can find us on LinkedIn with Nitin Dua, and our website is duanitin.com. This is Nitin Dua, serving you with love. And I'm here going to give you a glimpse of what makes me come alive. And I look forward to hearing from you what makes you come the most alive. Thank you so much.
What makes you come alive?
What makes me come alive? So today, what makes me come alive is to empower more people. Having gone through this journey myself and not really knowing the answers and not really knowing who's the best person to go to find those answers, and sort of spending a lot of time discovering that, while it's its own process in itself. But I feel there is this entrepreneur in me which is also very efficient, or tries to be efficient. So we are given some work while we are here, while we can randomly land upon it. But if I could be, and it will not happen because I choose it, because somebody else has already chosen it for me and for them. I'm just a catalyst to sort of empower in the journey. If I can be that meaning to somebody and empower them, make them aware of their potential, that makes me come alive more and more. And in that process, I become more alive. I mean, there is this incessant drive right now, as you speak of, that while I want to have a restful sleep, but when I wake up, I have something to look forward to. And for that, I need to keep my body, work out for an hour. I need to make sure I'm meditating for an hour, whatever time frame I've given, like in those 24 hours. And then everything is integrated, because like the way I live my life, the way I show up for my wife, my daughter, the way I show up in this conversation, the way I show up for myself, the way I showed up for my dad in the morning, the way I showed up for my sister who was visiting me yesterday, the way I showed up for my team, the way I show up for a stranger, the way I would, a stranger because I just don't know him, but I now know that I already know them. The way I show up to uncertainties in life, the way I embrace them, it's just a delight to live life like this. And most importantly, it's just fascinating to see who I keep becoming in the process. Because who I am today is something I couldn't have fathomed. Even with the most brilliant scientists and those brilliant universities that I've been very grateful to learn from. Again, they are brilliant people. It sparked my curiosity to a different tangent, but I feel there is still a lot more, like as Carl Sagan I quoted earlier. There is so much to discover. There are so many subjects to really reveal the mystery. I just only learned a handful there. And now there are so many more to explore. And I don't even know what all is left to be explored. And I keep meeting people like you who are gracious with their time, who empower people like me, that I want to make sure that I'm able to give back in my own ways. But frankly, it works the most on me while doing so. And the challenges keep coming, but I think the way I'm able to respond to them, the way I'm able to show up to those challenges, is just increasingly a joy to be around. So I look forward to every moment that's coming. I try not to lose any moment as much as I can, being fully present to it, and whatever I can give to it. I didn't fully understand it, to be honest, earlier. Still caught up with my ego and the old other things that I built up, swelling my ego that, oh, I've done this and that. But I think now when I look at, people like you and many other mentors that I have in my life who have accomplished so much, but yet are so humble and they have so much to give to others, I feel that's a much more joyful way to live. And I just feel grateful to be aware to it, to become conscious to it, and have this deep desire to keep doing my best. Whatever I did yesterday, I want to do better than yesterday today. And whatever I gave in the last moment, I will give better today. And that it's a never-ending journey in that sense, right? So I'm never done. And there is
You come alive more and more.
Yeah, there's a better muscle to build.
Yeah.
There is a better muscle to build here. There is a better.
There is
muscle,
always
yeah.
infinity ahead.
Yeah, and then when I look at the things that we started to discuss, what are peacocks telling us? What are the sea animals telling us? What are these plants telling us? I have no vocabulary for them right now. So there is no end to learning what I can grasp in this lifetime.
The joy of learning.
Yeah, but I think that the difference is that it's not self-centered. Yeah. I can become the top 0.0001%, whatever that is. Maybe that was the initial conditioning that become this, or this is how the society wants to look at you. But I think the more I become attuned to the faculties, what life, the ride that is telling me, and try to ride that, or just be in the nest of that ride. Whatever is required, I try to sort of become aware to learning that. And then whatever I've already learned, I try to then bring it to more people. And then the journey just keeps moving, and it's joyful like that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you so much for your time and for your kindness and your loving attention as always. My coach Samir, who had a lot of labels, when passed from being a C-suite executive with wonderful degrees, transitioned to being in flow with work he finds meaning in. And I'm so grateful for my own transition in this journey. If you are a professional and looking to go past these labels, transition to meaningful work, it deserves attention. You deserve attention. I invite you to check out duanitin.com. Link is in the description below, and connect with us.